man examines the torched ruins of his car following an attack that burned homes and vehicles in Jabba, a Palestinian village in the occupied West Bank. On Monday, Israelis had set fire to homes and vehicles in the village after an earlier attack in the village of Seir, according to the Wafa news agency that quoted officials. Ali Abu Loha, a Jabba resident, said he was at home when the attack began.
We were at home when we heard banging. I went outside and saw masked men throwing rocks toward the house and had broken the car window. We got scared, so we left, and it turned out they were settlers. But then they ran away from that street after they burned that car over there, and my uncle's car, and my other uncle's car as well. They burned 2 cars that belonged to my cousin. This is what happened.
Another resident said attackers fired Molotov cocktails inside her home after breaking all the windows. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said later on Monday that he will urgently convene cabinet ministers to ensure that the Israelis behind the latest attacks are brought to justice. In a statement on X, he said, quote, "I call on the law enforcement authorities to deal with the rioters to the fullest extent of the law." The Israeli military said security forces were deployed to Jaffa and searches were underway for those responsible. The United Nations reported that settlers staged at least 264 attacks on Palestinians in October. That is the highest monthly tally since the UN began tracking incidents in 2006. Israel faces increasing international pressure over attacks on Palestinians in the West Bank, where 2.7 million Palestinians live. Successive Israeli governments have encouraged Israeli settlements to expand rapidly in the West Bank, which has long been at the heart of plans for a future Palestinian state existing alongside Israel. The UN, Palestinians, and most countries regard settlements as illegal under international law. Israel disputes this, citing biblical ties to the land and security concerns, with around 500,000 Israeli settlers living in the West Bank.